Hi. This is a short presentation on Tombstone Actionalytic. This will help your business do more with less, with clear visibility. It will reduce risk, complexity, and reduce costs by at least 10% within your business. Beginning with what a Tombstone Actionalytic is and why. The Tombstone Actionalytic engages end users who have devices that have not been used and either gets the device back in service or disables it. Organizations can have as many as 30% of their devices unused. This is generally caused by poor processes for levers, stock control, loan devices, break-fix, and deployments. Devices are therefore wasted and present a significant security risk. How and actions taken. The automated process engages with the end users and asks them to either log on to device or return it. If neither is done, then the device is disabled. What are the benefits of Tombstoning Actionalytic process? Tombstoning Actionalytic ensures unused devices are either actively used or are disabled. Returns up to 15% of the estate's devices. The Actionalytic has demonstrated returns of up to 15% of the estate's devices. On an estate with 5,000 laptops, that saves approximately PS 500,000. Reduces risk of unpatched devices on the network. Assets that are offline for extended periods will not be patched. If these are allowed to then return to the network unmanaged, there is a significant risk of viruses, such as WannaCry. How Tombstoning Actionalytic process works. The Tombstoning process directly engages users of devices that have been off the network for 30 days. The engagement is as follows. Offline for 30 days. Send the end user a task asking them to either actively use the device, return the device state, that the device is not theirs, give a good reason why the device is offline. Offline for 60 days. If no action has been taken, then send a reminder email. Offline for 70 days. Advise the user that the asset has been tombstoned. Disable the asset in Active Directory. Update the asset status in CMDB to tombstoned. Tombstoning works as a workflow process. In this collection, there is an exception group where assets can be added and will then be permanently ignored by the Tombstone process. These assets might be test assets, training assets, VIP assets. Business engagement. There are several business engagement activities that should be actioned before activating. Disable device in AD. Agree the process and access to Tombstone devices in AD. Update third-party CMDB. Agree the process and access to update any third-party CMDBs. Service Desk. Agree the process with Service Desk. Give Service Desk access to CV to enable them to track Tombstone devices. Confirm the response to a ticket from an end user who attempts to use a Tombstone device. LDAP issue. Review other associated processes. There will be a number of devices that, for one reason or another, have no associated email address, effectively stopping the Tombstone process. The standard process is to move the top 10% oldest items into the Tombstone collection. This will have the following outcome. Unused devices with no email. Devices that are unused will be tombstoned. Any devices that are used will contact Service Desk. The device can be reviewed to understand why it was not seen by either AD or SDCM or other appropriate tooling. It may be possible to find the email for a device from some other data source, such as a login tracker. The following steps are required for technical setup. Enable Actionalytic. Toggle the Actionalytic on and ensure it is paused. Create generic email. Create a generic email for the Tombstone process. This enables the end users to communicate directly with the Tombstone administrators and for the administrator to see bounced emails. Suggestion. Asset. Governance company domain. Review messages. Go to devices/tombstone/manage. Add the generic email address to the emails by selecting the mail icon for each collection. Review and update the mailers sent in the process by selecting the mail icon for each collection. Engage. Asset not used for 30 days. Tombstone. Suspension notification. Add administrators. Go to users/mailing list/manage. Add your administrator, user ID, to the Tombstone admin collection. This will assign all Tombstone admin tasks to these users. Add stakeholders. Go to users/mailing list/manage. Add your stakeholders, user ID, to the Tombstone report collection. This will then send a PDF of the dashboard each month. Run a pilot for 10 assets. Go to devices/tombstone/manage. Turn on the move action, the pause/play button. On the hour, the first 10 assets will move into engage. Turn off the move action, the pause/play button. Track the process with the first 10 assets. Go live. Go live with the Tombstone process. When the process has run successfully with the first 10 devices, go to Tombstone, Manage. Turn on the move action, the pause/play button. The following administration tasks are automatically generated while running the Actionalytic. The Tombstone device is generated automatically weekly. You will need to suspend the devices in Active Directory. If appropriate, update the device's status in a third-party CMDB. Review not live monthly. No emails. You will need to review the list of unused devices with no emails. The standard activity is to move the oldest 10% into Tombstone. The device status is generated automatically monthly. You will need to add any device that is not being used into out of scope. This includes stock retired in repair. Return emails are generated automatically weekly. The generic account will receive 3 types of emails: bounced emails. The email is no longer valid. Leave the device to run the process. Out of office. Potentially move to exception depending on the message. Maternity leave. Otherwise leave to run the process. Other. Any other emails reply as appropriate. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or want to know more, please feel free to contact me.